Why do I always catch myself arguing with my spouse, arguing with my children, even arguing with my pastor and people at church? If you ever wondered that, this video is for you. Happy Sunday, brothers and sisters. Thanks so much for tuning in to another one of my Faith and Focus videos. I'm so blessed that you're here. It's always my prayer that not only you would be challenged, but that I would also. So today I'm going to talk about arguments in our day-to-day lives. Many of us, if not all of us, were not strangers to angry, bitter disagreements. We argue with our spouses, our bosses, our children, our coworkers, even with people in church, we have arguments, and the list just goes on and on. But as followers of Jesus Christ, we're called to love one another. But sometimes we do the very opposite. We argue about what we think is right, and we fall into bitterness, causing us to make wrong decisions. I do want to point out that there is an appropriate time to argue, and it's simply when you defend the gospel of Jesus Christ, defend the essentials of Christianity. We believe that Jesus is God. We believe that Jesus is the only way to heaven. We believe that there is one God, three persons, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and we believe that Jesus rose from the dead. And when we would defend that, we defend it with humility and for his glory, not our glory. But there are arguments that we are told biblically to avoid. Paul says to Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23, avoid foolish and ignorant disputes. Why? Knowing that they generate strife, they generate disagreements of bitterness. So what is a foolish and ignorant dispute? Well, they're unproductive, divisive arguments over unedifying topics, pretty much arguments over non-essential doctrines. We could go as silly as arguments with our spouse. When I tell my spouse, I don't want to shower. Why do I have to shower my baby if I showered him yesterday? Or to a boss, I don't want to do that. That's not my job. Should preachers wear this? Or what about just simply getting lost in grace versus legalism debates? Post, pre-trib. Does God send us to hell forever? Or is it only for a little time and then he annihilates us? See, when we have these conversations, we have to check our hearts. Where are our hearts? The main objective is growing in holiness. Now, there's a genuineness when you ask those questions, which is great. But again, what are we really trying to achieve? Are we really trying to edify one another? Proverbs 13, verse 10, it says, by pride comes nothing but strife, but with the well-advised is wisdom. See, when we find ourselves having these conversations and when we find ourselves getting to the point of bitterness and angry disagreement about these type of non-essential stuff, we need to understand that it's caused by pride. See, pride is when you think that you're the center of everything and what you think matters. And you think that you're the one that needs to be pleased. You're the one that's most important and you go first. And maybe you just know everything. See, this is completely opposite of loving one another. We have to sacrifice for one another. And we need to just be humble before the Lord when we have these conversations. And so again, test our hearts. I challenge ourselves. Why do we ask these questions? We need to remain humble. We need to put ourselves last and let God show us that when we do, we'll experience more of his undeserved favor. James puts it like this: God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. God bless you guys, and I hope to see you on the next one.